Welcome to the Independent Conversation Show. My name is Todd. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to talk about some of my least favorite topics, corruption. And it's on the Senate Democrats side. And it needs to be addressed. In the last 2 weeks alone, we've had Senator Feinstein be hospitalized for shingles. In February alone, um, what's his name? The guy from Pennsylvania. He checked in from to Fetterman, excuse me, sorry. Took me a while to think of his name. He's new, sorry. He checked in for depression. I've done that myself. It's not an easy thing to do. So I give him full props for that. So Democrats are down two, and even the Republicans are down a couple. So the math in the Senate is really, I think it's, maybe even down to 49. And also, the Senate Democrats, I'm starting to wonder on that side. Because in the last 2 years alone, there's been strokes, there's been shingles, there's been depression. What is going on over there? It makes it look like the Republicans are actually the healthier ones. But back to corruption. So, how does this figure with Joe Manchin? Joe Manchin is the head of the Energy and Security or something. I forget the long ass title committee. Basically, he's a chair. And he sits on the committee that deals with oil and gas. And so there is a nominee coming up that's just an assistant, and he's going to kill another good nominee. And this time because he liked some memo on some website that was basically agreeing about the effects of climate change. That's all this person's sin was. And because Democrats are down two senators, and this being the third, unless Republicans want to join in with Democrats on this one, this person's going to lose. Joe Manchin knows exactly what he's doing. So, how, Senate Democrats, you tell me, the DSCC, the Democratic Senatorial Campaign Committee, how many Democrats will it take before Democrats actually do something about the corruption on their side? We know the Republicans games very well, but the Democrats are engaging in games of their own. But speaking of games, have they decided if they're going to endorse Kristen Sinema or go with the actual Democrat for once that can actually get their actual agenda done, not just the corporation side? My guess is they probably haven't figured out what they're going to do. They're probably up in arms, trying to go on like, oh my God, do we risk losing Arizona? Or should we go with the progressive? Oh my God. The answer is you go with the progressive. This has to stop too. This Democratic establishment bet against the progressive, so that the progressives are the bad person. That's no. But back to the Senate Democrats. Okay, Senator Feinstein's in the hospital for shingles, but Senate Democrats have been engaging in other corruptions that I think need to be discussed. And I'm not talking campaign contributions this time. I'm zeroing in on Senator Feinstein. Since 2020, Democrats have had only a 50-seat majority. And if they ever lost that majority, it would be only 49. Instead of. Now, Senator Feinstein is going to be 90. She announced recently she's retiring in 2024. A reporter caught up with her to ask her about it. She didn't even remember she made that announcement. There's been rumors on Capitol Hill about Alzheimer's medicines being filled, and I have to wonder if that prescription, or if that rumor is true, and if she was the beneficiary of that prescription. And also, there's been reporting for years about how staffers are basically in charge of her votes and in charge of basically telling her who and what is going on, making it look like she's still there mentally. We don't know if it is some type of form of dementia or if it's just being old. Because sometimes when you're really that old, you do have advanced memory loss, and it's not, you know, nothing to be ashamed of. It's just an effect of being that old. But instead of acting like a good employer and also being smart governance, Democrats are not going to give up Feinstein because it's not even electoral politics in play. California is blue right now. Even if Feinstein were to retire and they would need a governorship appointment, Newsom's blue. He'll gladly appoint another corporatist Democrat. So, what's the problem? That's the thing. Senate Democrats just don't want to. They just don't want to. I don't think they just don't want to change. That's the thing. Like the fact that they don't want to punish krysten sinema or Joe Manchin for their obvious abuses of their power that they've been given. I don't think Manchin is going to be reelected, but they're begging him to run. He hasn't even declared if he's running again. And he's someone that shouldn't have been anywhere near legislative decisions because of his own pharmaceutical family ties and also hotel, big oil, stuff like that ties. But Senate Democrats are more than happy to put them in the crossfire and keep engaging of quiet abuses of corruption. Or, excuse me, no, I'm going to say quiet abuses of power and corruption.